This was not part of the strategy, and that made everyone panic. That sentence came from an unnamed internal HYBE staff member in a limited interview. What was supposed to be a quiet night in Seoul turned into the most monumental moment in BTS's history, perhaps even in the history of K-pop itself. At exactly 1:23 Korea Standard Time, a sudden live stream from the two biggest names in the industry, Jungkook and Jimin, broke the digital silence and sent shockwaves across the globe. And introduction, no filter, no script, just two humans sitting in front of a camera with tired faces, speaking about something they'd kept for too long, a personal relationship that went beyond professional friendship. When Jungkook said, "I can't do this anymore," thousands of hearts broke at once, not out of disappointment, but because finally, after years, honesty had arrived. And no one expected such a raw confession from two global stars who had always seemed untouched by drama and personal issues, sentence by sentence. The words came out heavily, not from doubt, but from the emotional weight. Behind them, "We're not just best friends," Jimin said next, softly but clearly. "We've held on to something that's not just ours, but has long been observed, analyzed, even exploited by many." That confession instantly broke viewership records, with more than 5 million active viewers across the world. So, how did HYBE react? This is where everything becomes blurry. Just hours after the stream, several of Jimin's solo promotional activities were suddenly postponed. Jungkook's ad schedule in Japan was indefinitely suspended. HYBE's headquarters in Yongsan became a crisis communication battleground. Emergency meetings were held, press statements delayed, and rumors spread rapidly. Many speculated HYBE was angry, not because of the revealed truth, but because their control had faltered. An internal leak reported by Japanese media, a source claimed that management had long known about Jungkook and Jimin's closeness being more than just professional. But they chose silence to maintain the group's image. "We were told not to stir things up," said the source. But after that stream, everything changed. Is HYBE truly angry? Or are they simply caught between business interests and their artists' honesty? In reality, public support for Jimin and Jungkook actually soared. The hashtags #WeSupportJikook and #LetThemBe dominated social media for weeks. Thousands of open letters were sent to HYBE, calling for emotional autonomy for the artists and condemning the excessive control over their private lives. For the first time, the K-pop industry was truly shaken, not by scandal, but by honesty that was too real, HYBE's silence. After the event was also questioned, a press conference finally held weeks later, HYBE's CEO only stated that they were evaluating the situation and adjusting communication strategy. No defense, no official sanctions, but also no explicit support for Jungkook and Jimin's action. Meanwhile, the two artists chose to disappear from the spotlight, and no posts, no clarifications. However, a month after the shocking live stream, they returned in an unconventional way through a song titled Horizon, released via an independent platform. The song was not promoted by HYBE, not announced on official channels, and contained no commercial visuals. But the lyrics? Direct, poetic, and emotionally stirring. Horizon became a silent confession, a musical embrace describing the freedom they had long yearned for. The song exploded on streaming platforms and media, not because of a promotional campaign, but due to its emotional impact. This wasn't just about romantic relationships, but about courage, freedom, and resisting a structure that had long silenced feelings. HYBE, although not taking a firm stance, remained under pressure. Leaked internal documents revealed plans to revise exclusive contracts, including clauses on behavior outside of professional duties, interpreted by the public as a form of restriction on artists' personal expression. The public reaction was intense. Global campaigns launched, and international support for Jimin and Jungkook spread to the Western music world. Several major labels in the US even expressed concern over emotional restriction in the Asian entertainment industry. However, the public did not remain idle in uncertainty. 2 weeks after the release of Horizon, Jimin and Jungkook were seen at Gimpo Airport. This time not hiding, they held hands, smiled, and told the media they just wanted to breathe. Their destination, Los Angeles. Not for promotion, not for concerts, but for rest. HYBE ordinary humans. That step, though simple, carried deep meaning. They did not rebel with anger, but with calm resolve. They were not burning bridges, but building a new path, one that did not submit to the old K-pop narrative that demanded perfection and self-denial. Is HYBE truly furious? Perhaps yes, in the framework of business structure and image control. But are they also beginning to learn? Maybe, because in the end, this story is not just about Jungkook and Jimin. It's about an industry, about long unquestioned boundaries, and about the courage to be honest amid suffocating expectations. They did not ask to be celebrated. They just want to be accepted as they are. And maybe, as written in the final lyric of Horizon: if the world refuses to see us, then let us stand under the sun, even without a stage, even without applause. But one big question still lingers in the air, and now is the time to ask it honestly. Did all this really happen? Or are we witnessing a narrative so perfectly crafted, so emotional, so flawless, that it feels more like a drama script than reality? The story of Jungkook and Jimin finally, revealing their hidden relationship, HYBE's ambiguous response, the fanatical support from ARMY, and a mysterious song titled Horizon. All of it sounds too ideal for a supposedly unplanned confession. So the critical question is, are we witnessing a historic moment in K-pop, or just victims of increasingly sophisticated sensationalism? It's important to remember that most of the information surrounding this event comes from unofficial platforms: TikTok, Twitter, X, YouTube, and even fan forums. The live stream video that became the heart of this story was widely spread in various clips, with no official confirmation from the agency or credible media. Does that mean the confession truly happened, or did it go viral because the public wanted to believe it? Further, we must ask, who benefits from this narrative? Is it Jungkook and Jimin, who gained global empathy? Is it HYBE, who remain the center of attention despite being in a defensive stance? Or is it us, the audience, who unconsciously continue to consume and amplify the narrative without verifying? Let's reflect. Have you ever seen the full, unedited live stream? Was the song Horizon truly uploaded by them, or was it just fan-made paired with a viral story? Why is mainstream media largely silent, while social media is the loudest? Could this be a new strategy? In the entertainment industry, letting rumors grow without confirmation to build deeper emotional bonds with fans. In an era where the line between reality and fiction is increasingly blurred, news like this becomes a major test of our digital maturity. We are not only challenged to feel, but also to assess, to distinguish, and to think critically. Undeniably, the desire to see our favorite idols honest and free is part of many fans' hopes. The narrative of two major artists finally daring to love openly, defying the system, and embracing their humanity is deeply moving. But precisely because of that, the narrative can be so easily manipulated. Could this story have been crafted to draw sympathy amid the group's transitional phase? Is this a new way to strengthen the fanbase through collective empathy? Or on the contrary, have we become so cynical that it's hard to accept two K-pop idols loving each other without a hidden agenda? One thing is certain: the truth doesn't always go viral, and what goes viral isn't always true. This news may be real, or it may not be, but it's not our job to swallow it whole. Our job is to ask, to dig, and to verify. You, the reader, ARMY, pop culture observer, or just a casual news consumer. We invite you to reflect and discuss. What if all of this is merely an illusion we've built together because we want to believe in love that defies the system? Is HYBE's silence a form of quiet punishment or a calculated strategy to let rumors spread without intervention?